Hi, Kurtz here, and this is Easy Access Math. And today, I don't have a lesson with this video, but I have a word or a warning about using substitution. You see, when I say use substitution, as I have in many videos, there are times we are using substitution to get the right answer by looking and using our choices. So if you're looking at tests A and B, you could do that with number 12. You could use the choices and plug them in the equation, and the equation that balances would get the right answer. And on test Q, that's 22. It's solving for X. As a check, you could use substitution to make sure your answer is correct, or you could actually check all the choices. Same with question 15 on exam A and B, or 25 on practice exam Q. Solving a quadratic, finding all solutions, you could test all the choices, and the one that equals in the equation, that balances on both sides, would be your answer. Same with question 16, which is a finding all solutions, question 16 on practice tests A and B, and question 26 on practice test Q. Again, you would test out all your choices, A, B, C, D, and the answer that balances in the equation that you're given is the right answer. In finding the equation of a line, which is 21, question 21 on practice exam A and B, or question 31 on the practice exam Q, you would test out each equation with the points you're given. You would test out A, B, C, and D with both sets of points, and the one that works out for both sets of points would be the answer. But on these problems, you're using your choices. Now, sometimes substitution you're using because you're supposed to use it. It is the method. For example, if you have a question where you are evaluating a function, as it is with question number 19 on exams A and B, or question 29 on practice exam Q. These questions involve evaluating a function. Here you are not substituting your choices. Your choices would be what you get when you substitute what the problem gives you. So I'd like to do this function problem with you now. When you have a function question, and I did say in other videos you use substitution here, but not substituting the choices, you're substituting what the function gives you. So if it's evaluate f6 for fx, anywhere you see x in the, in this case, binomial, the expression, it's not an equation because this is just telling you your answer will be what this comes out to when you evaluate it using what's inside the first parenthesis next to the letter for the x. So anywhere you see this letter, which here is x, you plug in this number, which is given to you, not the choices. So be careful. There are some questions where we're using substitution with the choices, with the answers, but in functions, we are plugging in, we're substituting what we're given. So anywhere in the equation I see an x, I'm going to substitute the 6 because it says evaluate f6 for fx. Anywhere I see the x, I plug in the 6. So I have 2 times 6 squared plus 5 times 6. And now I just work this out. Don't worry about this. This isn't any number here, please don't plug in your choices there. One of your choices will be the answer you'll get when you substitute the number given to you in the problem in that first parenthesis. Evaluate f6 for fx, so the 6 replaces all the x's. 6 is the substitute for all the x's in this expression. And when I evaluate it, when I work it out, using my order of operations and rules of signed numbers come into play, I'll do the exponent first. So I have 6 squared is 36. And that's in the parenthesis now. And plus 5 times 6. Now I'll do my multiplication. 2 times 36 is 72. Plus 5 times 6 is 30. Remember, I'm doing my multiplication first, addition last. Order of operations. And 72 plus 30, my answer, 102. Remember, watch your signs, watch your rules of signed numbers, adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing signed numbers, and order of operations come into play with functions. But the substitution with functions is the number in the problem, not the choices. So remember that. For problems such as solve for x, solve a quadratic, and finding all solutions, and the equation of the line, we are using the choices, A, B, C, and D, to see which one works. As in this example, if I had the equation 2x plus 5 equals 17, and I wanted to solve for x, I would, if I'm using substitution, let's say I wanted to try choice A, and I would have 2 times 5 plus 5 equals 17. 2 times 5 is 10, plus 5 is 17. 10 plus 5 is 15. That doesn't work. So that would not be my answer. I could cross A out. That choice did not work when I substituted the choice in an equation. Now, if I try B, which is 6, 2 times 6 plus 5 equals 17. 2 times 6 is 12, plus 5 equals 17. 12 plus 5 is 17. This equaled, so we know that 6 is the answer. 6 worked. If you tried -6, it would not work. So there's where I use choices, solving for x, solving a quadratic, finding solutions. Solutions is another way to say the word solve. It's a form of the word solve. There you can test out your choices. The equation of a line, a bit in reverse. You would test out each equation with the points you're given to see which fits. Those, you're using your choices. Functions, you're not using your choices. You're using the number given in the problem. For example, f6 for fx, you're using the 6, you're substituting the 6 anywhere you see the letter, the variable, in this case x, in the equation. So 2 times 6 squared plus 5 times 6, and then you work it out. And your answer will be one of the choices, but you don't try each choice when you're doing functions. So I just wanted to clarify that with substitution, and that there are different ways in using substitution, sometimes using the choices, as in these questions on your practice exams. And with functions, which question 19 or 29 on test Q, you're not using your choices as the substitute. You're using what's given to you in the problem. So just keep that in mind.